Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. I'm recording this at just after midnight. There was an announcement, my time, of course. There was an announcement about the Annihilation raid, or what's not coming tomorrow. So basically, there is no Annihilation Omega coming to Marvel Strike Force tomorrow, but there is an Annihilation raid normal. Now, you can see the rewards online, and we're going to take a look at the blog post. We're going to compare it to the actual rewards that apparently we're going to be getting, and why there is basically no change or no increase in the G20 rewards that is going to be coming out tomorrow. I think this is an absolute disaster, and if you're not playing the new D9 raids, then there probably won't be any increase at all for you. So we're going to take a look at that and more in today's video. So let's boil this down. Okay, so actually, I don't know if my scenes working properly. No, no, they're not. Okay, so let me see here. Maybe I can fix. Can I fix this? There we go. Okay, so it's kind of fixed. I got a new monitor and stuff. My apologies. My setup is a bit different here today. So let's just start with the blog, right? Update to Annihilation Raid Omega. So recently we shared the Annihilation raid with the player council and envoys for playtesting and feedback. They raised some concerns on the Omega version of the raid that we agree with and would like to evaluate. And I just want to clarify that I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about here because I'm not an envoy, so I didn't get to playtest it. So I don't know what was wrong with it and why, whatever, doesn't matter. With that in mind, we are launching the normal Annihilation raid without Omega while we look at options to ensure we're giving an excellent experience to our alliances. The Annihilation raid will still launch tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific. Even without Omega, the standard Annihilation rewards is just as rewarding, so you should see that your potential raid rewards are as good or better than they were in the Chaotic Storm raids. Okay, this is where we have to start. My apologies. Why is it doing that? So weird. Let's go back to this scene. Okay, so let's move to Chaotic Storm Omega. This is difficulty 5, right? So just to be clear, if you're doing 70%, you're getting 1680. If you're doing 100%, you're getting 2400. So we'll try to keep that in mind. Maybe round up, so 1700 and 2400. That's doing the maximum difficulty. Okay, and I want to go to here first. This is Annihilation Raid Normal. I knew a couple of hours ago, I thought there was something funny because you can actually click on Annihilation Raid Omega and it's really messed up. The rewards are garbage. There's like nothing on the tier rewards. It was really stupid. So I guess that's why, because then this blog post came out. So let's take a look at a few of this. So let's go on to, so there's all the nodes here. Actually, sorry, let's go up to D9. We'll start here at D9, Annihilation Raid D9. So you can see Orcus, Night Stalker, Uncanny Avengers, Vigilantes, Thunderbolts, Hellfire Club, and then the boss. So there's 8 nodes. Okay, all of the nodes have the exact same rewards. Can I zoom in a touch? There we go. So you might be able to see it on the screen here. All the nodes have the same rewards. So 350 Armory 20 Orb Fragments. That's and all the other crap, right? So as far as that being better, let's pull up the calculator, right? I mean, I could just 350 times 8, right? It's 2800. So that's 100%, right? Yeah, okay. So it is 400 fragments. It's like fuck all. Let's be honest. That's fuck all. It's like 1/5 of an orb. By doing the maximum difficulty that this is assuming that you have Hellfire Club. You have to have Hellfire Club unlocked to get those rewards. Okay, that's absolute dog shit. Let's go back to difficulty 7. This is where you could do it if you don't have Hellfire Club because you need 8 and 9 to be able to do these last nodes to get to the boss, right? So let's just say 210 fragments. Okay, let's pull up the calculator again. 210 times 8 is 1680. You're actually if you're running D7, you are actually getting a reduction in pretty much both categories, right? 1680. No, it's the same. Sorry. So D7 would be the same as you running 70%, at D5. Okay, so you're getting this, you're getting at least the same or a little bit better, but you're actually getting worse if you're currently running D5 at 100%. So, I mean, getting an extra 400 fragments at D9, which is the newest raid, that is worthless dog shit if I have ever seen it. So that's absolutely crazy. We need to go back to the blog post. Let's just try to not fuck up my, I don't know why. There we go. Zoom in a little bit. Why is it so zoomed in? Oh, whatever. Anyways, even without, so this part, right? Just as rewarding. So it is in some cases just as rewarding. You should see that your potential raid rewards are as good or better. I mean, technically they're not wrong, right? In some instances, it is a little bit better, but I expected this to be like double, at least double the rewards. This is absolute dog shit. Players can use the individual raid selector feature to, so you can choose whatever you want, right? You can choose D7, you can choose D8, D9. If you got the Hellfire Club, choose D9, because we're going to take a look at the nodes as well, as far as the enemies that are on there for what it's worth. With Annihilation, we've increased the number of difficulties, so we're moving from 5 to 9, right? One key difference with the Annihilation raid is you'll see there are fewer nodes for each player, so up to 8. We recognize that most players sim the raids and have many, and having many nodes to sim each day was not an enjoyable experience. They've essentially just admitted that raids are a sim click, and that's it. So maybe they don't really give a shit about like our experience at all for that, because they know that really at the end of the day we don't spend a lot of time on it, and we don't want to spend a lot of time on it, which is funny, because we have all of these raid teams that we need, all these characters that we have to do for this raid, but even they don't recognize this as an enjoyable experience. You should get value out of collecting and building your raid teams. So we expect your daily run takes less time than past raids, but still offers great value in the rewards you earn. I mean, like we're leveling like 30 characters now, because we're using 6 raid teams now, including Uncanny Avengers, for this raid. We recognize that the Omega version of a raid is important to our many organized and collaborative alliances, and we want to ensure that we support your needs in this area. We'll look for the ways to reward the coordination and group effort of the alliances, blah, 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 blah. So get fucked, players. Okay. So I want to go back. I want to come back to this. Before we do, I do want to, and again, I'm sorry for that. I don't know why my scenes are kind of messed up there. I want to go back to the raid season stuff. This is where they could make drastic improvements. It's dog shit. There's fucking teal in the raid season. There's not even raid. Like I'm sorry that I'm like freaking out, or not freaking out. I am like mad and upset that they just never update shit when it needs to be. I'm also recording this at midnight, so maybe I'm a little agitated after seeing the blog post. But I debated on whether or not to put this out now or put this out later, and I figured that people wanted to see my live reaction to this, and this is pretty much it. Like, why has this never been useful? And the ranking rewards suck too. There's no Armory 20s on the leaderboard, so why does none of this matters? This is all dog shit. Almost all of this is dog shit. This means nothing for people who are like even gear tier 19 stuff. It's so bad. I'm actually like at a loss for words. Okay. So where am I? I don't even know where I am on the raid season. Doesn't matter, right? Okay, so let's just. I hope you guys who have paid to unlock Hellfire Club enjoy your extra 400, at most 400 G20 Armory Ore Fragments. In some instances, you guys might be getting less, right? If you're doing D7, D8. How much was D8 actually? I didn't even check. 280 versus. Was it versus 380? 350. Okay, so if you're doing D8, you're probably getting exactly the same. Like, it's wild. Now, apparently you are getting a little bit more antimatter. You're going from 200 to 300 antimatter on the nodes. But there's 8 nodes only, so it depends on how many of the Chaos Storm raids. You're getting a couple of hundred more per day on this, but wow. Okay, so let's take a look at. I just want to take a look at some of the nodes, just a couple of them, just to see whether or not we're gonna get like slapped in the face. Okay, so this is Orcus, the first Orcus node. Nothing new. Well, so they're all 105 Shadow King, but keep in mind they don't have, unless there's raid teams in here, they're not going to get war bonuses or anything like that. So it shouldn't be that scary. There's some Uncanny Avengers, but they're not like the full team, right? So they're not going to get those bonuses. And then there's some war characters. So that's for Orcus. It probably won't be that bad, I'll assume. But they are 105, so do keep that in mind, right? I hate that I have to go backwards. Night Stalkers. Let's take a look at the Night Stalkers node. There's some Thunderbolts. Now, this is interesting because they are going to get their raid bonuses. Same with the Immortal X-Men. Unlimited X-Men is what I meant to say. So whether or not that's a big problem, we'll have to see. All of these characters have potential raid bonuses. And down here, Jean Grey, I guess, and then more raid characters. So this one could be tough for the Night Stalkers, right? And keep in mind that you're forced to use also Moon Knight and Agatha. So you may actually need them at 105. We'll see how that ends up being. I'm probably just going to sim it all tomorrow and see what ends up happening on my roster. We have the Uncanny Avengers node, which I did recently take to 105. This should be fine. I mean, these are old-ass characters like Alpha Flight, Eternals. The only new one is like Thanos. So maybe, his passive might fuck somebody up. But other than that, I don't think it's really that bad. We have the Vigilantes skill node. And then we have some Cosmic Crucible characters, some Starjammers, and some Sinister Six, and Peter B. Parker and Pav, right? I don't think that's going to be that bad. I think Silver Sable's ult is just going to walk right over them, but that's just me. So that doesn't even look that bad. We've got the Thunderbolts on node number 5. Old characters. Everyone is an old character. Wow. For one node. Like, why did I even build these guys? Like, it feels crazy. Also, I hate Thunderbolts. I thought they were the worst team. Vigilantes is actually a good team. Thunderbolts, not so much. And then we have the 2 Hellfire Club nodes. Okay, so I depending on what the cost of Sebastian Shaw is tomorrow, I am thinking of potentially purchase. If it's like 15, if it's less than 20 bucks, I think I did this over-under thing. If it's 20 bucks or less, I'll probably buy them. Otherwise, I will not. So we'll see what ends up happening. And honestly, the rewards are dog shit anyways. We do have some newer characters in the Accursed. We have the Hood. Or just the Hood, actually. The Hood's the only new character in here. This is the only newer character in here. We have Annihilators. No raid characters in here, really. So, yep. There's the first Hellfire Club node. Second Hellfire Club node. We have... Okay, interesting. We have some Undying. But their power levels are quite low. Like 600k, 700k. That's pretty low, considering... And they're level 100, not 105. That's a little bit surprising. We have Hitmonkey, we have Penny, so I mean, right, as long as this stuff doesn't stack up, and we got a bit more Vigilantes at the end as well. I don't know, but it doesn't, the power levels are a bit low. That's surprising. And then we have the final boss, which the only newer characters on this field is Quasar, and he is quite a powerful one. 39 million, almost 40 million health here on the side on Quasar. So that's quite a lot of, actually. He has 300% extra health. Okay, so that's a big powered one. Other than that, these are old-ass characters. We have a Sue, and then we have a Franklin Richards down here, actually, just on the side here. So Franklin Richards and Invisible Woman MCU. These are probably the newest characters on the board that might have some trouble, and that's about it. But this is the final node, right? So you can use whoever the hell you want. You could 2-tap it too. We get so much. You get like what, 10 to 12 energy a day. I think like something like 10 to 12 attacks a day in a 24-hour cycle. So even if you were to fuck off the first time, you probably could just sim it with another team. So they basically admitted to all this stuff, right? That we're not going to be spending a lot of time on this. It's crazy. It's crazy. This whole stuff is crazy. But what I'm most upset about, I think, here is probably that the rewards are garbage. That needs to change. Now, the completion rewards is just T4s. That's it. Now, you could actually go over to the Omega raids. It doesn't matter because it's pretty much the same. We're not getting the Omega raid, so it doesn't matter. But this is where I was kind of like weird about, because I saw this before the blog post, and the rewards were actually less. But that's probably because they had no idea what they were doing, and they didn't know that they were actually going to axe it. And then down here in the completion rewards is just T4s as well, which is supposed to have stuff, right? Why did they actually get rid of it? That part I'm confused about. And maybe there's going to be an envoy that can explain this, because I have no idea what's going on this side of things. All I know is that the Annihilation raid that's going to launch tomorrow is going to have some dog shit rewards that's at best like 10%, 15% better than what you're already getting, which is like almost nothing, considering that you have to go out of your way to build the Hellfire Club in order to do this. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below. I think this is absolutely laughable. This is par the course for Scopely, and the fact that they couldn't figure this out or didn't know whatever the hell's going on before the launch date is absolutely abysmal. Not surprised in the least, though. That's it for me. I'm going to be going to bed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.